Sorry, I forgot. Yeah. So, James, you know what is insulin? Jay, do you know what is insulin?
Hello,
It's a
sir.
hormone, right?
Yeah, insulin is a hormone. Now, what is a hormone, James? Hormone is anything. Can you tell me what is a hormone?
Uh,
You remember cholesterol lecture?
yes, sir.
So, hormone is made out of cholesterol, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Which are the other cholesterol hormones? Can you give an example?
Sir, this one, adrenaline.
Okay, adrenaline is not a hormone, but uh, you can say testosterone. That is a hormone.
Yes, sir. Yes,
And
sir.
vitamin D. Vitamin D is a hormone.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, correct. Now, see, the strange thing is everybody tells us not to have cholesterol, but you see how important it is for the body.
Yes, sir.
How much cholesterol is made inside the body? Do you remember? Can you tell Jay how much insulin is made? How much cholesterol is made within the body?
So within body only 20%.
Yes, and the remaining 80% is required from the diet.
Yes, sir.
That completes our, though the 100% is not a very large amount, but we require cholesterol to make, one of the functions of cholesterol is to make hormones, okay? And one of their hormones is insulin. Now this insulin hormone is basically secreted from the organ known as pancreas, okay? It's located very close to the liver and the stomach, okay? Now its location also has a significance because it secretes certain chemicals which can break down food, okay? It accepts chemicals from the liver, it accepts chemicals from other areas, and it is extremely vascular. What does the word vascular mean? It has got a very strong blood supply, this pancreas. And the pancreas will then secrete into the intestine, into the stomach, into the liver also in some cases. So the liver and the pancreas and many other organs, they work together. And insulin plays a big role in this. Now, generally, when you hear of insulin, you will hear of two things. One is sugar and one is weight loss or weight gain. These are the commonest things. Diabetes is another thing that you hear of. So, high blood sugar is the commonest thing that you associate with insulin. Okay. There are many other functions of insulin which we do not know and which we are not underlying. And that's why insulin is such an important hormone. One of the functions I will tell you is known as DNA translocation or DNA formation. It helps in the formation of cellular DNA, insulin. It helps in absorption of protein and amino acids inside the cells. So if you don't have insulin, if you have diabetes, if you have, then cell formation becomes a difficult thing. DNA formation becomes a difficult thing. And cellular functions begin to fall apart. And that's the main danger of diabetes. So because of the amino acids, because of the protein not going into the cell, the cellular functions break down. And that plays a major role in the person's deterioration of health. Now, normally what we hear is, high blood sugar is, in diabetes, high blood sugar is the main thing that is highlighted. But as you can see that there are very serious effects other than high blood sugar insulin can cause, okay? Now, first part what I want to teach you is regards to how insulin is secreted, okay? So what are the things that cause the insulin secretion, okay? Now just I will show you this figure. Jay, can you see on your phone or should I explain only?
Can you just share something so I can try, and if I can tell you, like, if you have shared something, I can see or no.
Okay, just see if you can share this. See if you can you see this?
Yeah, I can see some. Yeah.
Okay, so now here you can see mechanism of insulin secretion. Okay, can you see this mechanism of insulin secretion?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, in pancreas, there are certain cells which secrete the insulin. These cells are called beta cells. Can you repeat after me? Beta cells.
Beta cells, right?
James, can you repeat beta cells? You are muted, James. You
Yes,
can
sir,
switch
beta
off your
cells.
video. You can switch off your video, James.
Okay, sir.
Now,
Yes, sir.
yes. So you can read that. Can you read, Jay? Jay, can you read it or you can't?
I can read it, sir.
Yeah. So the beta cells, don't read it. I'll just read it out to you and explain to you.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
beta cells have a large number of glucose transporters, okay, that permit the rate of glucose influx that is proportional to the blood concentration in physiological range. Now, what does that mean? Basically, these beta cells that are there, they have presence of these glucose transporters. If you can you see the image over here, figure
Yeah.
93.6?
Yeah.
Now there you see the glucose transporter there. Okay, so the glucose transporter helps the glucose to come in. Okay, and this glucose creates energy.
Okay.
What does this glucose create? It creates energy in the form of this thing called ATP. Can you see this ATP?
Okay.
Now what this ATP does is, now you will be surprised to learn one more thing, that you also need calcium to secrete insulin. If you don't have calcium, so these calcium channels that are there, they are activated with the energy that is created by this glucose. So
Okay.
when calcium comes inside, the insulin is pushed out. Okay, so this is the process. So there has to be presence of glucose in the blood, number one. There has to be presence of calcium in the blood. Only then will the beta cell secrete the insulin.
Okay.
These two things are important. Now, when according to the presence quantity of insulin within the blood, will the cells secrete the insulin. So now if greater quantity of glucose comes inside the beta cell, then greater quantity of calcium will also come, and subsequently greater quantity of insulin will also be secreted. This is a natural process that is going on in the body.
Okay.
Okay. Now drugs that are available, okay, drugs that are available for diabetes, they also do the same thing. They will stimulate this calcium mechanism and cause secretion of the insulin. So they mimic the natural process and they stimulate insulin secretion.
So when someone takes an insulin shot, like
Yeah.
the diabetic patient, when they
Yes.
take the insulin shot, they directly inject the formed insulin into their body.
Yes, beta. They will directly inject the insulin into their body. So this is the
Okay.
hormone being injected inside the body.
So they are skipping the whole step that is there of glucose
Whole
being
step.
injected in, the
Yes,
calcium
yes.
being injected in.
Whole step.
They are directly going towards the insulin part.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Correct. Okay. Now there is another agent known as potassium. So you all must have heard of potassium.
Yes.
So potassium also plays an important role in insulin secretion. How it is, I will tell you later on. But right now, the basics I am just explaining to you. Now, if you can see this table over here, 93.1. Can you see it?
Yes,
Yes,
I
sir.
can see that.
Yeah. So, what are the things that increase insulin secretion? And what are the things that decrease insulin secretion? Okay, so first I will take the things that decrease the insulin secretion. Okay, so number one obviously will be a decreased blood glucose. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
number two will be important for you, Jay, is fasting.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
so when you are fasting, your insulin levels are going to go down.
Down. True.
Third is somatostatin. Now, somatostatin is another type of hormone which is basically an inhibitor of insulin and growth hormone both. Okay, so it basically breaks down your growth and it breaks down uh, insulin and growth hormone by reducing insulin and growth hormone. Okay, so somatostatin is something which we do not want in a normal
Okay.
human being. Okay, unless the insulin is excessive and unless the growth hormone is very excessive, then you will need somatostatin to reduce their quantity because it is harmful. Excessive growth hormone also can do damage. Excessive insulin also can do damage. Now, alpha adrenergic activity. What is this alpha adrenergic activity? Okay, alpha adrenergic receptors are certain receptors in the body which have certain effects. Now, let us take it at face value that alpha receptors reduce the insulin secretion. Okay, there is another hormone known as leptin. Okay, again, let us take at face value that leptin reduces insulin secretion. I will explain later on what it is. But for us right now, what is important is that fasting can reduce the insulin secretion. Okay,
True.
what increases insulin secretion? Increase blood glucose. Obviously, if there is more sugar in the body, there will be more insulin in the body. In a normal person, if he is diabetic, then he will secrete less insulin even if sugar is there. Second thing will be increase free fatty acid. Now this is very important. Increased free fatty acid. Now again, Jay, this will be important for you because you are doing intermittent fasting. Now what
Yes.
happens is that when you are fasting, you will use your muscles as a source of energy. So there will be catabolism. After the catabolism is over, then you will go and start using your triglycerides to create energy. Now this is known as the ketosis or the ketone body is being created.
True.
What happens
Yeah.
is the triglyceride. James, you know what is triglyceride?
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah. So triglyceride is majority of the fat that is stored under your skin. Okay, it is the adipose tissue. Okay, so 3 fatty acid molecules attached to 1 glycerol molecule. That is what triglyceride is. Okay, now when this triglyceride breaks down into fatty acid, it comes in the blood and its quantity increases. When does this happen? After your catabolism is over, your muscles have given all their energy to the body. Then these triglycerides break down and they start giving their energy to the body and free fatty acid increases. Okay. Now, because free fatty acid have increased, the insulin also increases. Okay. Now, the insulin will then help the free fatty acids to get inside the cell by a substance known as L-carnitine. Okay. With the help of L-carnitine, fatty acids enter and they create energy.
Okay.
It's a byproduct of ketone bodies. Okay. Got it? Just listen to what I'm saying. You have questions, you can ask me later.
Yeah.
Third thing is increased amino acids. So when there are more amino acids, you will secrete more insulin. There is a particular amino acid which causes immediate secretion of insulin known as, the amino acid is known as arginine. You must have heard of it. Okay?
Yes.
It is, that's why they say take arginine, it's very healthy and this and that and all. So
Yeah.
it causes secretion, it helps in secretion of insulin. Even in many diabetics who are exercising and doing well, if they take arginine, their blood sugar will go down, even come back to normal without use of drugs. Okay, so amino acids cause increase in the insulin levels. This is extremely important. Amino acid has to stimulate the secretion of insulin. If amino acids with the help of insulin will enter the cell and cause cell growth, the cell will get all its amino acids, new proteins will be created inside the body, and the body will flourish and it will continue to function in a normal way. But if amino acids do not enter the cell, then the process of degradation or degeneration starts, and this can be known as aging. Okay, so as we age, the insulin reduces, growth hormone reduces, all these hormones reduce, and you can see the body degrading slowly. Okay? So one of the reasons is your increased blood amino acids, which affect the insulin levels. Increased or decreased amino acids will definitely affect the insulin level. Then there are certain hormones, stomach hormones. Now these stomach hormones are important because they will signify the coming of protein, fat or sugar. Okay, they tell the pancreas that these things have come. So in response to them, insulin will be secreted. Okay, then you have growth hormone which secretes insulin. You have cortisol which secretes insulin. You have glucagon which secretes insulin. Okay, there is something known as parasympathetic stimulation. There is something known as, just a second. There is something known as parasympathetic stimulator and beta adrenergic stimulation. Okay. Now we had studied, we read about the alpha adrenergic receptors, and you see these beta adrenergic receptors. Okay. Now beta stimulation basically beta stimulation and parasympathetic stimulation, they mean the same thing. When you are under stress, when you get angry, when you get irritated, these are the things that are secreted, or these are the receptors that are stimulated. So beta is the one that causes anger. When beta, you press the beta button. Okay, when you press the beta button, you will get angry, you will get sad, you will get irritated, you will get agitated. Okay, these are the problems that you will have when you get agitated or stressed out. Now cortisol is also another hormone which is secreted in stress. So as you can see, emotional environment or emotional makeup at that particular time will also indicate secretion of insulin. It will also increase the secretion of insulin. Okay. Now there are certain drugs which inhibit these receptors and stimulate these receptors. So consequently, they will have the same effect on insulin. If they block beta receptors, they will reduce insulin secretion as well. If they stimulate beta receptors, like asthma drugs, like you have the pump where the this thing is given for asthma. So if you take these drugs, insulin will also be increased. Secretion of insulin will also be increased. So remember, this table is very important to give you a general gist of how insulin is secreted.
Okay.
Later on, you can see it.
So,
yeah, go ahead.
can I ask you for related to fasting and what you were talking in with that chart, related to that chart?
Yeah, go ahead.
So it's not just intermittent fasting. So for example, if I'm doing something like 7 days, 15 days.
Yeah. So that's where this is important. Not a 1 hour fast or a 12-hour fast. There this won't count. So more
As in,
than 14 hours, it will start to act.
Okay. So more than 14 hours. I think so. When they mean by autophagy, when these guys talk about autography and they talk about longevity while
Yeah,
doing fasting. So does insulin play a role in that? Like, like makes
very
does it
important. Yes, so very important role. So all these terms, autography and all these terms, they are all unmedical terms. I'm not saying they are
okay.
unscientific terms, but they don't have a medical, like, you can see this is a textbook that we use. You will not see that word anywhere in this book. So
Okay.
uh, the thing is that, as you can see, the first part will be for the first few days, the body will definitely, when you're fasting, the body will definitely use your muscle. There is no option for the body. This is a protective
Hmm.
phenomena set into your genetics, in our DNA, that the muscle will be utilized first, and then the fat will be utilized. Then the fatty acid will start secreting. So
Okay.
that's why I was telling you, if you can add a muscle training where your muscle mass is so high that even if you lose, or the body is stimulated in such way that it will try to conserve maximum muscle mass just by existing. That much of muscle mass will require a lot of fat and calories to survive.
So for example, doc, like for in the first 20 hours of fasting,
Yeah,
my body will use before the body goes into ketosis, my
yeah,
body will use the muscle mass first.
muscle mass. Yes, so
and
that will
and
increase.
then when it's into ketosis and deep ketosis, it will,
Yeah,
like those two states, it will totally use whatever the triglycerides that are there, the
yes,
the
yes,
fatty
yes,
blocks.
yes.
So after using the muscle mass, so muscle mass will only be used for 20 hours or so.
Yeah, yeah.
Once my body goes into ketosis and deep ketosis, it will start using the fat
Yes.
blocks.
So now, yes. So now I will take another lecture on how the body decides how much muscle to use. So that's a separate part.
Okay.
That's a separate part. Now I'll come back to this thing where control of insulin secretion. Okay. Now how does insulin get controlled? Normally it was believed that blood sugar was 100% controlling insulin. Okay. All of us, we think that, okay, insulin is and sugar are the very good friends, and they are in sugar will control insulin. This was what we generally thought and we generally think. But we have to understand that insulin is also responsive to protein and fat metabolism. Okay. Can you see, read here? Insulin is
Yes.
required for protein and fat metabolism. James, can you see?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So it has become apparent that blood amino acid and other factors also play an important role listed in table which we saw just now. So fatty acids and amino acid will secrete the insulin. Okay, so we know that increased blood glucose stimulates insulin secretion, that we are already aware of. Okay, then the second thing is amino acids will secrete insulin. Okay, the most potent of these two things, just listen to what I'm saying. Arginine and lysine, these two amino acids that are there, they will secrete insulin. Okay, so arginine if you take arginine and lysine together, you will secrete insulin. So if you take the amino powder that I gave you, that has got lysine and arginine in a particular concentration, which helps in
Okay.
insulin secretion. Okay. Now, gastrointestinal hormones, like I said, when you have stomach hormones that are secreted, they are named over here. So these gastrointestinal hormones, stomach hormones, when they secrete, insulin is again secreted. Okay. Sorry about that. Other hormones in the autonomous nervous system. Okay. Other hormones in our body. Autonomous nervous system, what it is, again, I'll tell you later. So there is growth hormone, which you guys know. There is cortisol, which is a stress hormone. And there is third hormone known as glucagon. Okay, that I will talk about later. But growth hormone and cortisol, these are important because you have learned little bit about them. Growth hormone is secreted in starvation, number one. Growth hormone is secreted during exercise, both. And growth hormone will definitely help in pushing the amino acid inside the cell. It is a friend of insulin and it acts along with insulin. Okay. The other women hormones are progesterone and estrogen. They also secrete insulin. Okay. Now these are the important things that help in secreting insulin. Now you go through the lecture, you go through whatever I've said till now. It's not much, but understand that I'll send you email you the link of the lecture, and you go through it, ask me, prepare questions, and again I'll take another lecture either tomorrow or day after. Okay. The next topic will be the role of insulin and other hormones in switching between carbohydrate and lipid metabolism. So Jay, this is what you were talking about. Okay. So this will be interesting for you.
Okay, doc.
Okay. So basically what it means is, if you can read, so when glucose concentration is low, insulin secretion is suppressed and fat is used exclusively for energy everywhere except in the brain. So all of you must know that the brain cannot survive anything other than sugar. It needs sugar to function. Okay. So when the glucose concentration is high, insulin secretion is stimulated and carbohydrate is used instead of fat. So the excess blood glucose is then stored in the liver fat, in muscle glycogen. Therefore, one of the important functional roles of insulin in the body is to control which of these two foods will be used for energy from moment to moment. Okay. Now, Jay, this is very important for you from the perspective of
Yeah.
fasting. If you fast, your blood sugar is going to fall down. Okay.
Fall down. Yeah.
Yeah. And the body will then start to use fatty acids. Okay. Provided there has to be proper insulin secretion. Okay. There has to be proper insulin secretion. So when you're looking at a fasting issue or whatever, you can say confidently that when I'm eating less, my fat is being utilized. Okay. But people don't understand when they make this statement, as long as the insulin and other hormones are working properly, only then this scenario occurs. Now, I'll give you two examples. There is a 18-year-old boy and a 60-year-old person. Okay. Both of them go on a intermittent fasting. They are fasting for 1 day or 2 days. Okay. So the 18-year-old boy loses fat instantly, and the 60-year-old guy just has no result at all. Okay.
Yeah.
This is because their hormones are not being secreted properly.
True.
Okay. So please, so you have to take into account a lot of factors when you look at this thing. Okay.
That's why like people don't recommend people with diabetes to fast, like, because they require their insulin level, and if they are not producing that insulin, they cannot fast, and that's dangerous for that's dangerous for them, right?
Yes. So even exercise for a person with diabetes is a very difficult thing to do, because his muscle will crave for. So it's a complex scenario with these things.
So what, doc, you, out of the whole, even the macros that I understood, that macros you talked about protein, carbs and fats. So what, from what you said, like carbs is basically used for the function of the brain and producing energy in the body, right? Like it converts it into sugar.
Yes, that not only that, it will, it has a lot of other functions also, like when every glucose molecule produces something known as a ATP. Okay, it is known as adenosine triphosphate. The adenosine triphosphate is the energy currency that we have. That is how we survive on. So glucose is a major part of helping in producing that. So this ATP is useful not only for muscle contraction, not only for cellular reactions. Like you saw that ATP helped to create, help to push insulin out into the blood.
Yeah.
Okay, so it has many functions.
So-
Glucose, like it has brain. Glucose helps to provide energy to brain, create ATP. It also helps to store muscle glycogen, so it gives you energy for your exercise.
Absolutely. And this is one of the main reason why you don't recommend people to do a keto diet as well, right? Because in keto diet, you're not consuming any carbs, you're not taking in any sugar. And if
Yes,
you're not taking in any sugar, your body is not producing a good amount of insulin. It's not secreting a good amount of insulin.
correct. Yes, that is true. That is true. So, what, how the hormones come into play, how the food comes into play. It's all a jugglery that's going on in your body. So, if
Absolutely.
you have to do keto, then what are the precautions that you need to take? How do you stimulate growth hormone and insulin at the same time, so that the insulin understands that you have to use only the fatty acids and not the sugar? So these are the things that are complicated, and but once you understand the science behind it, it becomes easier.
Easier. Yeah. And for example, for secretion of growth hormone, you require good amount of fats in your body, good fats also in your body, as you said.
Yeah. To make all these hormones, you need cholesterol. So all these
Absolutely.
things go hand in hand. So it has to be an extreme balance.
Okay. All right. So this is actually much more better picture. It's a clear picture to what I am doing. Like, what are even people doing? It
Yeah.
actually is very helpful, this thing. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I will just introduce you to James. James, this is Jay, and Jay, this is James. So James
Hi,
is
James.
studying the ACSM,
Hi, Jay.
American College of Sports Medicine, that course,
Okay.
and CSCS,
Okay.
certified coach for
Trainer.
strength.
Okay.
That way. There are 3 other students, but they have disappeared today. So that's my this thing, because last moment I messaged.
Yeah. No, but
Okay.
that's why I've understood. Like, that's why even I have a lot of amount of loose fat also hanging around with me,
Yeah.
because like loose
So,
skin that is there.
so we will discuss how to eliminate that, and surprisingly, who knows, we can even avoid the surgery also.
Yes.
So that way. So that's what I've been trying to tell all these people, that there is no need for that loose fat. If you work around it, develop good muscle, you will have a 6-pack over there instead of the fat. The skin will
Absolutely. Absolutely.
the skin will be eaten up.
Because skin generates itself, right? We do shed
Yeah.
our skin, and our skin gets replaced every time.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
And it's
So
taken more than 24 years to gather so much fat in the body. It will take time.
yes.
to
It will
body.
take time. It will take time.
Yeah.
Okay, beta.
All right, sir.
Okay, James.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I have recorded the lecture.